agonised on if to play Livramento or Embuemo all week. In the end, it didn't really matter. Hi guys, I'm Nymfria and welcome back to the home of FPL videos. Hope you all had an amazing international break. Sorry it's been a little while since my last video. I had a break in the first week of international break and then my computer went to the tech doctors and meant that I couldn't record or stream for a week or so. But I'm back and let's take a quick look at how I got on in Game Week 12 before looking ahead to my team selection for Game Week 13. Hilariously, after getting Sanchez back the game week before, he managed to get a red card. So instead of making another goalkeeper change for the second week in a row, after my Raya and Sanchez nightmare, I decided to play Foster with nothing but hope in my heart, and man, absolutely stepped up. Not with a clean sheet, oh no, it was close though, but it wasn't that. The cycling goalkeeper managed to pull out a goalkeeper assist out of nowhere in a week where I absolutely needed it. Massive fan of your content, buddy, and just as big a fan of your 5 points this game week for me. Thank you very much. Absolute legend. My defence was, well, fantastic. It seems to be the season of the defence this year, doesn't it? And so much so that I've left 34 points on the bench in the last 2 game weeks by making the wrong choices in what defensive players to play. This is because I'm so used to playing 3 at the back, and this season people have been far more rewarded for playing 4 or 5 at the back instead. I chose wrongly between Chilwell and Rudiger. Not that Chilwell did anything wrong at all with a clean sheet and an assist, he just didn't score a goal like Rude Boy did. However, I'm not complaining, I'll take Chilly's 9 points any week. But let's just marvel at the madness that is Trent and Cancelo. Trent with 2 assists for 15 points and Cancelo matching Chilly, but with a sublime assist and 3 bonus points to edge ahead of Chilly with 12 points. My defence made my game week this game week. There is no getting around it. In midfield, it was mostly a write-off to be fair. Took a punt on playing the attacking player in Embuemo again over Livramento, and again he hit the post and could only manage 2 points. However, I did switch Havertz for Jota in Game Week 12, and whilst it hurt to be an Arsenal fan this week, Jota made it a little easier on me with his goal, clean sheet and playing points. Did pick up a bit of a knock though. Just typical really for my transfers. Sonny and Foden were full of promise but full of no points yet again. There's a lot of money in these two and I'm holding on to a lot of patience here with them, hoping they can come good soon. Otherwise they're probably going to have to make it out of my team, which is somewhat disappointing given their fantastic fixtures. So they have to pick up some form soon. I really need to see something from them in order to keep them through that period. Fingers crossed on that. Slightly frustrated even more so by Foden, as I was so grateful that he started after being flagged. I thought fabulous. Hopefully more points than getting Livramento off of the bench, especially with Rudiger second on my bench. Then Pep strikes. Pep roulette. Pulls him just shy of 60 minutes, so he missed out on 2 extra points because he would have got his extra playing point plus his clean sheet point. Absolutely typical. What can you do? It's Pep roulette. You just have to ride it really, don't you? Salah though, providing as my captain with a goal. Again, ouch as an Arsenal fan, but hurt less by having him as my captain. 4 shots, 3 in the box, 2 on target and 2 attempted assists. Just glorious. He's absolutely glorious. There's nothing else you can say, really. Up top, I finally got a return. Hurrah! Tony with a goal. This is my first goal from Tony, and it was very welcomed in my 2 times of owning him. I just want to see the guy string some goals together now, to be honest. He has it in him. We all know he has it in him. Just praying he can take the confidence from this now and push on. 6 points was better than the 2 Antonio could provide. He's starting to have a little lull in returns at the moment, with a couple of tough fixtures in City and Chelsea in the next 3. Hopefully having some patience in holding him, even if on the bench, will pay off. come game week 16 onwards. However, Jimenez is looking very tasty at the moment, so I'm having to keep my hands tied up at the moment on that one. Let's see how that plays out. So with all of that, I got 78 points, my first green arrow in a couple of game weeks, badly needed, and it pulled me back up to 232,115 in the world. Not bad at all. Frustratingly, if I played Rudiger or if Foden had stayed on the pitch just a few minutes more, or anyone for that matter had just sneaked one more return or a couple of bonus points, I would have sneaked into the top 200k, as I was just 2 points away from finding my way in. Whilst annoying, that's FPL, and I'm grateful for the green arrow. I'm just hoping I can string a few together now, because it's been a couple of game weeks where I haven't been able to do that. So my 3 top scorers were my defenders. Chili Chilwell with 9 points, TAA did assist me with 15 points, and Cancello with his first attack and return from me and 12 lovely points. Okay, so moving on to game week 13, and this is how I'm currently lining up. My main aim this week is to try and roll. Every week I have made a transfer the past 3 game weeks, so it'd be really nice to not make one, and there are some big fixture turns now also, so it would be really fab to have an extra transfer in the bank going forward. So if I can, I'd like to roll. But I realise Jota is flagged, so we'll need to keep an eye on that situation. And well, anything could crop up midweek, as we know, with my luck. I'm very, very interested in Gallagher, so Mbeumo to Gallagher could be a move, if not this week, then maybe in the coming game weeks. But I'm actually deciding if to give Mbeumo a run out over Antonio currently in this team selection. Everton have not looked good at the back at the moment, and I've lost count of the amount of times that Mbeumo has hit the post. So surely this has to be his week, right? Surely? I mean, I guess it'll probably depend on whether I play him or not. If I bench him, then it's probably his week. If I play him, then probably not. Can I be brave enough to play him again, though? That is the main question, especially at the expense of Antonio, who is highly owned, if not facing a tougher fixture on paper. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You know I always love to hear from you. Would you play Antonio or Mbeumo this game week? That is the question. Bit worried about my Chelsea lads against Man U. I'm not sure if there'll be a bit of a happy Ollie's out vibe now at United, and maybe a bit of a kind of interim manager bounce. But honestly, I'm just too scared to drop either of my Chelsea defenders after the past few weeks on form. They've just been fantastic. And I'm only benching Livramento because he's got Liverpool, and well, I've got 3 players against him, so yeah, I could edge my bets in playing him, but, you know, I'm guessing, or at least hoping, that Liverpool are going to do well on that one. But who knows? Apparently I have a knack for benching points, as I just said with Mbeumo, so make of that what you will by me benching Livramento this game week. Captaincy is still on Salah. Southampton have been great at the back recently, bit of a dip last game week, but there's no one else I even like the look of on form to consider at the moment to take that captaincy armband. Maybe one of my defenders, but on form it's a brave person to go against Mo, and I'm just not that brave at the moment. And lastly, moving on to the early trending transfers this week, using Fantasy Football Fix data. I'll delve into the trending transfers ahead of next game week so you can see who's likely to rise and drop in price, as well as gauging the bandwagons at the time of recording this. So let's take a look at the players in and out ahead of game week 13. Of the goalkeepers, Ramsdale is still the trendiest goalkeeper in ahead of game week 13, despite conceding 4 at Anfield with 40,000+ purchases. Mendy is the next trendiest with 21,000+ buys. Schmeichel is the most transferred out goalkeeper with over 20,000 sales. Raya is the next highest out due to injury, with 15,000+ managers getting rid of the Brentford man at the time of recording this. Of the defenders, Diaz is leading the way for sales out this week after missing out in game week 12, with over 88,000 managers jumping off of the City man. Shaw is the second most transferred out because of recent form, with 64,000+ sales. Trent is the trendiest defender in ahead of game week 13 after a brace of assists, with 214,000+ purchases. James is the second highest defender defender in with over 194,000 buys. In midfield, Gallagher is the trendiest midfielder in due to his consistency over the last few game weeks with over 188,000+ purchases. Emile Smith-Rowe is the next trendiest in this game week with around 133,000 buys. Ben Rama is the trendiest midfielder out with 98,000+ FPL managers moving on the West Ham midfielder. Tielemans, at the time of recording this, is the second most switched out midfielder this week due to injury, with over 66,000+ sales. Up front, Antonio has become the trendiest forward out so far this week, with 117,000+ managers moving on the West Ham forward due to recent form. Ronaldo is the second most transferred out forward despite a change in management, with over 93,000 sales. Jimenez is the trendiest forward in this week with over 118,000 buys, and Dennis of Watford is the second trendiest forward bought ahead of Gameweek 13 after his goal and 2 assists with over 97,000 purchases. And that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching. I hope Gameweek 13 is a good one for you. Before you go, please check out the sponsors of this video, fantasyfootballfix.com. And yet again, if you'd like to help me reach 7k subs, please like, share, hit that notification bell and subscribe and do all those fabulous things. Until next time, Nymfria out.